Hey gang, I'm Paul with Stud Pack. How are you doing? As you can see, I'm just putting a little bit of primer on some of the spots that needed to be repainted on our new soffit. We weren't happy with the first one. I don't think a lot of you were either, so we completely redid it, and that looks great. That's the look we were going for. It's just hanging there with some clips, got the light in there. We're gonna paint some ceiling white on it and get it dialed in. Our next step is to put in the shower door, but before we do that, we're gonna hop in this shower, trim up the porcelain, put on our trim kit. But we have some big, exciting news to tell you. We're actually starting a second Stud Pack channel. It's gonna be called simply Stud Pack 2. The second channel is gonna be all about extra projects we do for family, friends, that we don't think really fit in with the main channel, but we wanted to share them with you because they're exciting to us. Kind of like this soffit. We're not gonna put it on the main channel. We've got a whole video on that. So it's gonna be on the second channel and you get to see it there. So make sure you go subscribe to more Stud Pack and let's hop in the shower and trim some porcelain tile. All right guys, what did I mean by working on the porcelain? We got a lot of new viewers. We had a video about the installation of these porcelain slabs. This is one piece right here. And this is two pieces. One piece up here looks great, but we had a few problems. You can go back and check out that video if you're new and you haven't seen it. We're not gonna address those problems here, but one of the problems we have to address right now is all these holes. There are 4 holes in the porcelain. The first one is this hole for the spray wand, and as you can see, the outlet in there is way over to the left. I can't even get a piece of pipe in there, so we have to hog this out on this left-hand side. And the problem is the right-hand side is way off, and the escutcheon, the cover, won't even cover that, so we gotta deal with that later. Kind of frustrating. Now this one, you can see kind of the same problem. This hole should have been further to the left. I don't know if I can even get that off, but I need to hog this out more so I can get a wrench on there. The top one, the shower, I think it's okay, but then over here on the on-off valve, we have these integral stops. Stop just means a valve, right? So this is the cold and that's the hot. You're supposed to be able to get a screwdriver in that slot to turn it off. Don't have to have it. I could turn the water off to the building, but it's a great convenience. So we would be able to get a screwdriver in there at an angle to turn that off. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grind the porcelain. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you know we have kind of some DIY tools for cutting tile, and we're trying to up our game. One of those ways we upped our game was buying this variable speed grinder, 5/8 chuck right there. And this one has water cooling. We're not gonna use that today because I bought these bits. So I got this kit for $170. It may sound like a lot, but look at everything that comes in it. 7 different hole saw bits, from the giant one to the little bitty one, a finger mill. Check that guy out. That's the main one we're gonna be using today. We also have this guy. It's also like a mill, but at an angle. You can get into a tight spot. And we're also gonna be doing something in this video we've never done before. We're gonna be installing our own glass system right behind Jordan, a barn door shower door. And I'm probably gonna use one of these sizes of hole saws to drill through our porcelain. It's gonna cut through it like butter. Can't wait to see how well they work. No more tap, tap, tap with my little cheap carbide tools. Let's get our grinder set up, our dust mask on, get started. All right, first time, guys. That was so easy. I would have been fighting that for an hour with the previous tools I would have used, but look at that. Now I can get to that cold, turn it off, get to the hot, just as easy. Nice, that's how it's supposed to be, just like that. We know the escutcheon will cover. Let's over to this side, get it done. All right, I got a piece of 1/2-inch pipe. I think I got enough. This 1/2-inch porcelain is really, really hard. Look at that, bud. We're home. We just got to fix that right there. All right, let's see if we can get this out and fix that one. We're done. All right, since I can't get any pliers in there, we'll see if I can just grab this edge. Shouldn't be too tight. Oh, there we go. Look at that. This is just the test plug that comes with the fitting. We don't have our cartridge in there yet. So when we do put our cartridge in there, we want to make sure we can get this nut tight. That's why we got to make this bigger. All right, on this one, we have a lot more to remove over on the left, so we're switching to a hole saw. I'm gonna angle it right there, inside here. And as I drill, I'm gonna end up like that and cut away the left-hand side.
Look how clean that is.
Unbelievable.
Wow, you're telling me that's our first time ever using that tool and we got something that clean?
Yeah.
Wow.
That cut really fast.
Almost makes you think it's not that hard.
Let's just test this shower while we're here. Oh, I'm in.
Nice.
Easy. Yeah. All right, got one working. Guys, we're gonna take a quick pause in the action to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, AG1. AG1 is convenient and comprehensive daily nutrition made up of 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients, all backed by scientific research. So this is AG1 and the travel pack. I really love these things, super convenient when you're on the road. And this is what I actually use when I go to work. I'm gonna rip it open, pour it in my shaker. I'm just gonna dump this in 8 ounces of water, give it a quick shake, and this stuff dissolves really fast. And for me, it's really simple because I used to take a handful of vitamins. A lot of them are really hard to swallow, but this is super simple, really easy habit to get into every day, and I absolutely love the taste. The other thing I love about AG1, it gives me plenty of focus and energy all day long, and I don't get that massive crash at the end of the day like I do with caffeine. So guys, head on over to drinkag1.com/studpack. You're gonna get a free bottle of vitamin D3, K2, plus 5 extra travel packs with your first purchase. Thanks so much to AG1 for sponsoring our video. Let's head back to work. All right guys, super happy with the way this tool works. Saved myself a ton of time, but more important than that, a ton of frustration and stress. You know what I'm talking about. Whenever you gotta make a hole in tile a little bigger, you're just like, oh man, I hope I don't break it or crack it. But love this, love the case. We'll definitely put a link in the description if you wanna pick up one for yourself to make your tile game just a little bit easier. So I'm gonna switch paint from primer to sealing white. I'm gonna give the soffit another coat. We got some patches we already primed, you saw that. We got some fingerprints lifting up there. We're gonna get that nice and neat. While that's drying, and we're done with it, we are gonna install a sliding glass barn shower door. We chose a barn door because we didn't want it opening this way into a surprise I have for Jordan, and we didn't want it swinging this way and hitting our wall-mounted in the wall tank toilet. Biggest problem, it's way too heavy to carry up here. Let's go downstairs, unbox it, haul the pieces up here one by one.
All right, wanna get out and then tilt it?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Shower door time.
That's awesome.
3/8 tempered.
Yeah, gang, that's gonna be 3/8 tempered glass. Well, talk about this.
All right guys, painting's all done, looks great. We already hauled the door up here while the paint was drying. Jordan picked this up like 800 bucks from Lowe's. Looks really simple to install. Let's head in the bathroom and we'll show you what we've done already. So our inactive panel is gonna be on this side, and this is the side that's gonna slide. Our very first step is to put this track on this wall with 3 screws. We already had to go get some longer screws because the stainless steel screws they sent us just weren't gonna reach through our porcelain, through our Triton backer board into our studs that we already put here for blocking on each side. So we've got it marked, and I put a little crosshair there around the circle because when I put my bit there, now I can't see the circle I marked, but with the crosshairs, I can still see that I'm exactly where I want to be. So I'm gonna get my eye protection on. We'll drill these 3 holes with a new core bit, get that track on the wall. Got our 3 holes drilled. Before we put our screws in them, we're gonna fill them up with our favorite sealant, Excel by Sashco. Here, ball. That should have hit the stud, but it did not. Looks like we're going to plan B. No problem. Let me run downstairs. All right guys, I'm gonna use an anchor. These are my favorite anchors for masonry, tile, etc. Check what the end looks like. They call them Tri-lobe, but these are made for a 5/16 hole, which is the one we drilled. Perfect. Knock in the other 2, then we can put up our track. Nice. Why did we do that? Why did we go? Why do we do that?
Because we're scared.
Right?
We're afraid.
Well, because the one time that you go, I'm gonna man up and just full trigger, you crack the whole porcelain. Yeah, right.
All right, let's see what step 2 is. Early in the game, already putting in the panel. Loving that. Never want to put tempered glass like directly on tile or something. It can crack. I know we got cardboard on the floor, but I'm just gonna take the extra step, putting it in that cardboard right there. Now you can tip it up to me. Take off the plastic, and then we'll slide this, which comes factory attached, into the track we just put on the porcelain. So remember what I was just saying about don't put it on tile? Well, now I gotta put it on the curb, which is tile, but I do have this little seal strip. So I'm gonna try to go straight up and then straight down onto the curb. I don't wanna put this corner on the curb.
You're making it sound like if it makes contact with it, it's just gonna shatter.
Been there, done that.
Oh, so this is all out of fear here.
Yes,
Got
actually
it.
it was your brother. Spencer did it. It was a piece of tempered glass we were throwing in a trash truck. Fortunately, it was garbage, but he put the corner right on the tailgate.
Yeah, but he probably set it down with some force, huh?
It was just like gentle.
Little tap?
It was unbelievable. Nice, guys. Sweet.
Wow.
Let's go see the next step.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, we got to cut the top bar that the door slides on. We're on the end opposite the factory holes right here. We put tape on here so we can see our mark. I'm just going to cut it with a little mini recip. And the cover for this, the holder, is going to conceal our cut anyway, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, and another thing. We thought this was aluminum, but it's too heavy for aluminum. And it's only mildly magnetic. So I don't know what it is, so we didn't want to put it on our chop saw and treat it like aluminum, so we're treating it like it's steel. All right, gang, so the bar that's in my hand is actually the bar that the barn door rolls on. We had to temporarily attach it to the holes that were pre-drilled in the fixed panel so we could mark that end and the end behind me onto our porcelain. Now we gotta take it all apart, including the glass panel, mark and drill all our holes, put everything back together. Pika for the win. Or it's probably pica. Beautiful.
That's a little left. Because that's not the whole circle.
Well, why don't I have a whole circle? Why are you giving me an eclipse?
There's a track in the way, man.
Well, you gotta deal with it.
No, you gotta deal with it.
I think that's in the middle. I
like it.
accounted for your eclipse, dude. Now these are the factory screws to attach our guide to the curb. So I've already got one in there, and it's telling me how much the screw is gonna stick out. Now, I don't wanna puncture the waterproofing that's underneath our porcelain. That's why I didn't drill down as far. So all I'm gonna do with these anchors, I'm gonna cut them that length, drive them in these holes, and that'll be plenty to hold this corner of that glass in place. There we go, custom anchors. Perfect. Our next step is to put on our end caps. There's this nice brass plug. That's what this gets attached to with the set screw. If you look inside, it's countersunk for a flathead screw, and it's slotted, so it gives us some room for adjustment, right? So I'm just gonna put that inside the pencil mark we just made. Love that. Get my marker inside that slot, make our mark. Boom, ready to drill a couple more holes. All right, putting our bar up, and we were thinking ahead. The panel behind us is actually the sliding panel, so we put it behind us first in the shower before this bar was in our way. All right, guys, bar is in, secure level. Got our top two rollers on. Now we're gonna slide it over into the track on the bottom and hang it on top of the bars, making sure our stops are out of the way. Ready, bud?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna swing it over onto that thick piece of cardboard. Nice. All right, now we're gonna, I guess, go
Get it in
straight
there.
down on top of everything.
Do we want to put the plastic underneath it first? That protects it from the...
Is there a sweep on this?
Yes.
Is there a sweep on this?
I think.
We need to get it.
All right, guys, shower glass is all in, looks great. Let me tell you what we did and what we didn't do, because we kind of took some creative liberties. Very first thing, the fixed panel, according to the directions, is supposed to go on this side, and the sliding panel is supposed to go in the shower on this side. That would have been a mess, because if Jordan exits the shower right here, he's gonna walk right into the toilet. So that wasn't gonna work for us. And then we also designed all the plumbing so he can reach right in, turn the water on without getting soaked by the rain head. So we switched the doors, and it's gonna be fine. So they sent us 3 other pieces of material that we didn't use. The first one's this long guy. It's made to go on the end of the door and act as a sweep back here. We didn't feel like we needed it because when the door is shut, you've got like a 5-inch overlap. It'd be very difficult for water to make it all the way over there. So they also sent us another piece similar to this clear plastic that goes on the edge of the door here. I can't find it. I wanted to show it to you. Turns out Rad took it to his house because his shower actually leaks. So he's gonna use it over there. Again, I don't feel like we needed it because when you close the door all the way, you got a nice 1/4-inch gap there. Again, the water's over here. It's never gonna get over here. Even if it does, it's gonna run straight down, hit our curb, and drain straight into the shower. The last piece they sent us that we didn't use was this piece of powder-coated aluminum. It's made to go there and act as a dam. But we don't feel like we need a dam there because we got this nice vinyl sweep on the inside. So come on in the shower, Jordan. Let me show you this cool vinyl sweep. Simply slides on the bottom of that glass, and I love it because it actually goes over our guide right there. See that? And it goes over our curb. Whether it's planned to be that way or not, I love it. And listen to the cool sound it makes. Yeah, you just know that water is going to drain right in the shower. So the shower glass is all done. Let me show you a tool that I bought a couple years ago that really helps us out on installations like this, and anytime you're putting up shower bars, towel bars, things like that. It's standard and metric hex wrenches. You know, they always send you those little Allen keys and you got to get up here, make half a turn, or it's under here, you can't see it. So I'm going to put a link for these in the description below. They're made to fit in a 1/4-inch nut driver or screwdriver. I love putting them in my Klein ratcheting screwdriver, and it's so much easier and faster to attach hardware. You can thank me later. So the shower glass is all finished. The plan is to work our way out of the bathroom. Very next thing that we're going to install is the wall-mounted toilet. Remember, we did the whole video on the wall-mounted tank inside the wall. But the first thing I got to do is put in a receptacle here. It's going to be black to match the tile, and it's going to be ground fault protected at the panel. Let's get started. Putting in our water valve, first thing I got to do is install a brass nipple. This is 1/2-inch pipe thread, and it is 2.5 inches long. I love the Blue Monster tape, and here's a little trick I was shown how to wrap it. You get that little tail and you hold it with your left thumb, and then you're spooling off from the bottom just like that, and you can just go around and around with your fingers. No more of all this like stuff like that. Really simple. Don't need to show that to you again. You got it. All right, I'm gonna put a little Blue Monster dope on top of the tape. I just want a little bit. So Teflon tape and pipe dope, definitely a belt and suspenders type of approach, but I like it.
Yeah, we don't want to mess around with leaks.
Heck no. And so here's the valve that came with the toilet. And if you notice, there's a hex inside, and that's how you tighten it. So obviously this nipple has to go on this side, and that is 7mm hex inside. The only 7mm hex I had was this orange bit from the kit I showed you a little while ago. So we're gonna put it right in there and tighten the whole thing with a crescent wrench. But I don't want to forget our escutcheon. I don't really like these plated steel ones. I'd rather get the plated plastic ones because the steel eventually can rust, but that's all they had at the store. So there we go. I'm gonna hand tighten, and then we'll tighten it up and finish it with the tool.
That looks nice.
It looks very nice. And I should be able to get it just tight enough so these threads get buried in the escutcheon. So fun fact, if you don't like the brass pipe showing, you can get chrome plated pipe fittings. I've seen them on that MasterCard. They are pricey, but if you don't like the brass showing, get yourself a chrome plated pipe fitting. Oh, that's gonna be perfect, Jordan. Look at that. A couple more turns, it'll be golden.
How did you know what size brass nipple to buy to get it perfect like that?
I checked yesterday. I read the directions. Here's a key thing I learned on this project. When you're installing something new, of course we read the directions, but I read them completely all the way through, because there may be a step in step 12 you need to know about before you get to it, like a trip to the store. So read all the instructions. That's pretty tough. Well, maybe I'll leave it there.
I like it to the side.
You like it there?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna leave it. And this is just 1/4 turn. Boom, that's off, that's on. Let's read the directions and find our next step. Actually guys, let's rewind for a second. You notice I put a brass nipple in there, and they are very expensive, but I wouldn't do it any other way on a water supply line. Even if it's a toilet, but especially a vanity kitchen sink, if you use black steel pipe or galvanized steel pipe, it's eventually gonna rust. There's no steel in this whole system, we're all PEX, so why would I put a little piece of steel pipe there? Just go the added expense, buy that brass nipple, you'll be good forever. So that's all done. Our next step is to cut these two to length. This is our water inlet to flush the toilet, and this is our waste pipe right into the sewer there. So we're gonna shove them in as far as we can. There's a built-in stop. We put blue tape on there so we can see it. Put a straight edge across there, and I'm gonna mark it. All right, there's our water inlet, and there's our waste. Now we gotta do the same thing on the toilet. We have to install these on the back of the toilet. Use the straight edge, make another mark, and the distance between the first mark we made and the second mark we made is the amount of pipe we gotta remove from this guy. It'll make more sense when we go downstairs and cut it, but let's bring these to the toilet, make our second mark. Bang, dude. This thing is massive. The gasketed end goes in first, obviously. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. Let me go get it out of the box. This is what I forgot. They send you a lubricated sponge. It's like got a little bit of oil on there to help these rubber ridges to go in there easier. Oh yeah, way better. So now this is in all the way. Imagine this leveler is our wall. We're gonna put it right there, mark our pipe. Would you believe I actually installed some toilets in France once?
What?
Yeah. We were helping out with some mission work and they put me to work on the buildings.
Oh, so you know exactly what you're doing here.
Well, it was a little different. The horn, this part was cast into the toilet. And then in the wall was this. And you just shove the horn in there, bolt it on, you're done. No wax, nothing. All right, guys, got both of our marks made. So if this is the amount that goes in the toilet and this is the amount that goes in the wall, we have to remove this amount from this end. Take a quick measure here, 3 3/8. Let's remove a little more like a blade. You wanna go 3 1/4? All right, we'll make it 3 3/8 and we'll give it a test fit.
Cool.
The instructions want us to put this bevel back on this piece and actually have a tool just for that, but this is for like US sizes. Let's see if this oddball part fits in there. Ooh, oh, I love that. Look at that, bud. Check it out. About to put a bevel on there. Sweet. Just take that little burr off, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go put it in the toilet. All right, I'm gonna use this lubricated sponge, put a little bit of the oil on our ring here, that rubber seal. Remember, that's our water inlet to flush the toilet, and this is our drain. And here we go, bud.
Wow.
Our next step is to adjust the 2 studs 2 1/8 from the finished wall. I'm almost there. There is a slot in the end, but these turn so easy, I don't need a screwdriver. 2 1/8.
Sweet.
All right, let's use this lubricated sponge. We're gonna do the outside of this horn for the waste and the inside of this guy for the water inlet. Think that's enough, Jordan?
Yeah, you love that lube up sponge right there.
We'll have plumber's lube, but that thing is pretty nice. All right.
You got that?
We ready?
You got that?
I can't believe we're doing this. You know how long we've been waiting on this, man?
Yeah. Hand on it too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the
Yeah.
inlet pipe wants to go in.
Yeah, I think what I want to do, I want to put this in here
Yeah.
first.
Nice.
There.
I like that.
Definitely. Nice.
That feels better.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
There we
go.
go.
Well, CT.
Now, man.
All right.
All right. So now I got these guys. Goes over the bolt. There we go. All right, Rad's got a few turns on his, so I'm gonna get a few turns on mine. Just like when you're putting on a tire on a car, right? A little bit on each side. All right, gang, a little bit of an issue. So when I'm tightening the nut, it is also spinning the stud and making it go in the wall further. And now I don't have all the threads of the nut engaged in the stud. And that's what I want. I want it to be as strong as possible. Rad's side is even worse. I think you're what, half engaged?
Yeah.
So we're actually gonna take this thing off the wall screw those studs out a little bit, then spin the nut on there and then tighten so we know we're fully engaged. I don't want you falling off the toilet at night, bud. Big crash in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and when you say stud, you're talking about that threaded rod.
Yeah, I get a phone call at 2 a.m. Dad, can you come over here right now? All right, let's take this thing off and do a quick fix.
Yep. Beautiful.
All right, gang, Rad got his side pretty tight with the ratchet. We're trying to be really careful. If you go too tight, we're just gonna snap this thing in half, right? Or crack it. I don't really know.
I only want this toilet to have one crack on it.
Oh my God. I don't really have any advice on how tight it has to be. It's like you almost have to break one until you know what the limit is, right?
Go ahead, repeat that.
I have broken one.
Oh.
So it was a commercial toilet. Yours has 2 of those little baby bolts. On a commercial toilet, at least the one I did, 4 5/8" bolts.
Really?
So you can really crank down on that. It's almost like a lug nut.
How did it break? Did it just split right in half, or did it crack up and fall off?
It just like broke this ear.
Oh.
But the other 3 held it on, but it still didn't matter. I had to buy a new toilet. My funniest story about a wall hung toilet, new custodian with a floor machine in the bathroom, got away from him, just ripped the whole toilet right off the wall.
Nice.
All I had was the 4 bolts sticking out. I'll never forget this. I had to go find a toilet that would fit that bolt pattern. Once I found that, the cast iron pipe sticking out of the wall stuck out too much. The toilet hit the pipe before it sat tight against the wall.
So you had to cut the pipe?
I had a massive grinder, face shield, dust mask, and I had to grind that cast iron down until the toilet fit.
All right.
And they make a special wax ring for wall-mounted toilets, which we didn't need here. I'm just checking both sides. I like that, guys. I'm gonna leave it.
That's great.
We got these nice caps came with it. I think let's just leave these off until we're sure there's no leaks. And let's put on the rest of this stuff to see.
Cool. Rad, why don't you stand on that thing, dude? Test it out.
Stand on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is another great reason we put tile behind there instead of drywall. Just a lot more solid. Yeah, we're just gonna go for
Yeah,
it.
stand on it, dude. Come on.
Nice,
Yeah.
bud.
Just kidding. I was gonna jump, and I was like, okay,
You
let's
can do
go.
a hanger off the toilet. I heard a little noise.
So did I. It sounded like it was interacting with the tile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I went to
Oh.
jump, I pushed down first.
Yeah, I would tighten it more.
All right.
Yeah. Push down on that. Show that again.
Ready, watch this.
Move a little bit.
Keep going. Oh yeah,
See it?
see? More tighten.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've been battling this toilet for like an hour. We've taken it off, put it back on 3 times, trying to get the play out of it. Check out what happens. When I push down right here on the front, it's gonna move right there. Is it coming across, Jordan? Mm-hmm. And likewise, it's moving down here on this bottom left corner. It's tight here and here, but it's loose here and here. Now, it's not helping us that we attach the toilet to some uneven tile, right? So lesson learned. The main house, flat tile, big tile behind the toilet, so it's nice and flat. And it is possible that since the toilet is fired in a kiln, the back of it may not be flat also. I don't want it to move. I feel like we can conquer this and get it solid. So we actually saved some of this gray grout. George's gonna head downstairs, mix some up. I'm gonna pull this off and we're gonna put grout, not on the top, but on the sides and the bottom and fill in that space. If the space is filled in, this thing should not move. You wanna give it a go, bud?
I think so.
All right, let's take this toilet off the wall for the last time. All right, there we go, guys. I'm just using my hands, best way right now. Back in the day, they used to plaster set toilets, right? You ever heard of that, Jordan?
Oh, of
They
course.
set all the time, right?
Yeah.
So they used to put a big blob of plaster on the floor and set the toilet in it so it's nice and supported, similar to what you do with a like a fiberglass shower
Yeah,
pan.
like a mortar bed.
Correct. So that's kind of what we're doing. I know we're going to get comments about it, but you know what happens if you ever have to change it?
Right.
Is the grout going to stick on the tile?
Is it gonna crack if you're 300 pounds?
Yeah, but I really like this idea, and I think I'd rather deal with a little bit of grout cleanup later on if you ever have to change this,
Right.
than have a toilet that moves all the time. You like it?
I love it.
And are we in agreement that no grout on the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
Much better.
All right, tighten it and let's smooth it and see if we get a good connection there.
Yeah.
We won't know if it's good until tomorrow.
Yeah, because me and Rad are probably gonna leave, and we'll let you baby sit the grout and clean up.
Cool.
But do not move it. Let that grout harden. Guys, it is the next day. The grout is rock solid. And let's see if this toilet is rock solid. It already feels way better. Oh yeah, man. That is like part of the wall. It's not moving at all. You like that, Jordan?
Love it.
Did you come up here early and mess with it?
Yeah.
You did, nice. So guys, we are gonna get some of this Mapai color matched silicone and put it right there. Charcoal is our color, seal the top. But man, I wanna put the seat on there, power this thing up, see what this toilet is all about. It's like, all right, we got our water line, our cord, plug into the power, bunch of stuff here. So why don't I read the directions and y'all unpack all these parts. All right guys, we got the mounting plate attached to our bowl, 2 stainless steel screws, really simple. We had to attach this cord under this cover plate, really simple. Now all we have to do is feed these 3 cables, hoses, power supply units through this hole. And if you can look right here, these 2 hooks on the bottom of the seat, they're gonna engage right here. 3. Wow, that's great. Everything lines up perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, just push it back.
Push it back?
Yep.
I'm scared. There we go. Click. Nice, dude. All right.
That looks weird. That looks weird. Looks like an egg or something.
I don't like that is spinning. I think that's how it's made though. All right, I'm gonna plug in this guy.
Reading bowel movements. Data analysis sent to your email.
All right guys, we spent the last few minutes putting on this little plastic frame right here. It actually has the 2 plungers in it that flush the toilet. A little flush and a big flush. And it's a manual flush. In case you lose power, you can still flush your toilet. Now these 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, they come pretty long from the factory, totally adjustable for the depth of your wall. So we snapped off the end to accommodate our wall. And the last thing to do is to snap on this cover plate. This is the finish that came with the toilet. I'm sure Jordan's gonna buy one to match the finishes in his bathroom, but let's snap this guy on. Sweet, look at that.
Wow.
Let me move all this, get the full effect. You wanna turn the water on and it'll power on and get this thing running?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, here's our temporary water hookup. Before I turn it on, why don't Rad, you stay downstairs, Jordan, you go upstairs and y'all holler if water starts pouring out anywhere.
All right.
This is the first time in a long time where we've had the water lines pressurized, and we'll see if there's a nail anywhere. You ready, bud? It's alive.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. All right, hey, turn it off. Turn it off.
No!
Dang. It was just shooting out of here. But look, just come look. It's not. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just think we missed something. It's right there on the right. This guy right here.
Okay.
And so I don't know. It doesn't look like it's on straight. Number 1 and number 2. I don't even know where that's going. So
Frostbite.
let's figure this out.
All right. Yeah, we missed it when we first installed the tank. Didn't know we had to tighten that guy. Thought it was like factory tight like everything else. Okay. Kind of like the way that's feeling and sounding. Let's try it.
Okay.
So far, so good?
Oh yeah, dude. It was spraying out of that thing. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, nice.
Need a light?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Excuse you.
We got water temp, set that. Let's go medium warm. Not trying to roast here. Seat temp, we're just gonna go 4. It's still the summertime here in Texas. All right, boom.
Wow.
Go to menu, manual cleaning, energy. Yeah, this is boring. Let's see.
Jordan, just open the toilet.
I'm trying. I don't know where the open button is. Maybe there's a butt with water. Oh, it's this side, I think. Oh, I was saying. Uh-oh, what does that mean? It's ready.
Don't touch that one.
It's ready for me. Sensor? No.
I'm coming, toilet. Open up for me. Nope. Where could it be?
Oh, it's on the top. All right, ready?
Yeah, do it.
Sick.
So tell him, Jordan.
Span panel was off. So the breaker was on, but on the app, it was off.
Oh!
Oh, snap.
Whoa, is that sensor?
Kind of banged that a little bit right there.
Maybe you can adjust the size.
Oh!
All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on this video. We're super excited to get this bathroom done. We hope you enjoyed it. We got the soffit all ready to go. We got the lighting and the niche done. The shower porcelain is ready for the trim on all our valves. Got the shower glass installed. Love the way that looks. Got the toilet done. I am so glad the toilet is done. I can't even tell you. So all we got left, a little bit of trim on this window, easy. A little bit of electrical trim, easy. The mirror Jordan ordered comes in tomorrow. We'll put that up. The vanity is ready to go. Probably got to do a little modification on that to get the P-trap in. No big deal. Put our door in, which also arrived in our baseboard. The bathroom is done. So guys, get some grout behind your like button so it doesn't move when you smash it. Please subscribe to our channel if you're not a subscriber already. Check us out over at Instagram at StudPackOfficial. And don't forget to check out our second YouTube channel, StudPack 2. We already have 2 videos posted over there. Please like and subscribe over there as well. And we'll see you right back here on the very next StudPack video.